I'm going to be looking at 5 different players who I think should be on your Game Week 13 player watch list. Let's have a look at them. If you enjoy FPL content, then please hit that subscribe button. We've got watch lists coming out later on in the week, team selection, videos, wildcards, all sorts of FPL content. In the meantime, let's have a look at those players. First up then, Christian Benteke, 6.3. He's not expensive and he's very lowly owned, 1.5%. He scored twice today. That takes his goal tallies for the season up to 4. He's also got an assist. His expected goal involvement then, 0.61. That's pretty decent. He also likes a shot, 2.95 shots per 90 minutes. That's good and perfectly respectable for any striker. His fixtures look good. He's got Villa at home next, Leeds away, Manchester United, Everton, Southampton, Watford. This takes us up to the festive period. He looks a decent shout. He's getting game times, 4 goals in the last 5 games. He started 4 of the last 5. 90 minutes he plays 5 times this season. The only thing I think that would possibly put me off I feel there doesn't feel to be a lot of great striking options, especially around his price bracket, is if I had Conor Gallagher already, would I want to double up on Palace attack? I'm not so sure. Some of these fixtures though, maybe I would if they're playing Watford, Southampton, Leeds. There's goals perhaps to be there. Palace quite free scoring at the moment, really enjoying themselves under Patrick Vieira. I think he's quite a good option at 6.3. He certainly enables you to do things with the rest of that money in your side. And at 6.3, I don't think I'd mind putting him on the bench. But he's getting the game time, so he could certainly start from the bench if you needed him. Benteke, first up, not a bad option. Talked about Maxwel Cornet before, and he just will not go away. Midfield at 6.1, he's still very lowly owned at 1.9%. Considering he's got 5 goals this season, that's really decent. He doesn't play 90 minutes that often, so that makes it even more impressive. His expected goal involvement, 0.34, not hugely impressive, nor his shots at goal. So you expect at the moment he is overachieving, and I think that's what puts me off a little bit up until now. However, he just keeps scoring goals and you cannot ignore that. As a midfielder, his goal involvement is goals, so that makes him even more valuable than just getting those assists. Fixture wise, Burnley look okay. They've got the Tottenham, the Wolves, Newcastle, Watford, Villa, in amongst it West Ham. You wouldn't say they're fixtures that they're not able to score in. I think sometimes I'm guilty of pigeonholing Burnley into this very defensive outfit. They are scoring goals. 3 against Palace. They got a couple away at Southampton the other day. They got scored at Stamford Bridge as well. So maybe I need to reevaluate my opinion of that Burnley side. 4 goals in the last 4 games. He's doing really well. Things that put me off, not played 90 minutes. So is that Sean Dyche just managing his minutes because he's had a few niggles? Or is that a longer term strategy that he just doesn't feel he can make it? I don't know. Is he always going to be substitute prone? That does concern me. If I want a player in, I'd love to see him playing 90 minutes, obviously. Fixtures, question mark. Tottenham at home, is that going to be a very easy game? Wolves away, defensively they're really good. Then you've got the likes of Newcastle, Watford, West Ham will be a tricky one. Villa under a bit of but will they have a revival under Steven Gerrard? So a question mark about the fixtures, but I think they always will be if you're Burnley. He keeps scoring, Cornet. He's got to be on the radar and he's got to be one that can be considered. And he's a real differential. 6.1, he's a decent price as well. If he continues on the form he is getting, he could be gold. Raul Jimenez, 7.7 million. He is owned by 1 in 10% of fantasy Premier League managers. 3 goals, 3 assists. His expected goal involvement, 0.46. Not bad, not great either, you'd have to say. Doesn't mind a shot, 2.27. Again, it falls into that sort of middle category. Not brilliant, not bad either. Those fixtures coming up look really nice. Norwich away, Burnley at home. Then there's a real horror show. Look at that. Liverpool, Man City, Brighton, Chelsea. If you're going to bring Raul Jimenez in, it would just be, I feel, for the next 2 games. So that puts me off a little bit. 3 goal involvements in the last 4. He's played 90 minutes, 10 out of 12 games. I think he missed 1 through injury, and his Mexican away international duty came back late, so he missed that one as well. I've put long-term fixtures just do not look good. If you bring him in, I'll be tempted to just bring him in for the next 2 games. If I've got the luxury of doing that, I think he could be a really good asset. But am I then just booking a transfer for 3 weeks' time at home to Liverpool? Of course he's quality. He scored again today. So is he back to his best? I don't know. He looks good. Wolves are obviously very impressive at the moment. It's just those longer term fixtures. If I had a transfer possibly to Burn and I could wanted to get him in short term, I think he's a really good option because he could get some points for that Norwich and Burnley. And at 10%, he's still a little bit of a differential. So Raul Jimenez was the next option. Now we're coming into the budget end of things. Emmanuel Dennis, he's been on FPL managers' radar for quite a while since the start of the season, just for his price and the fact that he's starting. At 5.2 million, there's very few strikers around that are doing the sort of damage he is for that price. He is a budget striker, he is an enabler, 8.4%, he's still quite a differential. 4 goals, 5 assists. So last 4 games he's got a goal and 2 assists today against Manchester United. He did the same against Everton. So he is getting those returns. Remember, he's also missed a game through suspension. His expected goal involvement is not bad, not great either, 0.44. He doesn't mind a shot, 2.46. That's acceptable. The next 3 games look tough for Emmanuel Dennis. Leicester, Chelsea, Manchester City, but then look at those lovely fixtures. Brentford, Burnley, Palace. Watford seem to be scoring goals, you have to say. So he gets minutes as well, which is lovely. He started in all but 2 of the games, and he was obviously suspended in the 1 game. What does put me off is his short-term fixtures, but his cost. He could be a player you could bring in now to enable you to go to someone else, releasing funds, and you know he's going to play if you need him to. And at the end of the next 3 games, he's got some really nice fixtures that you would want to start him in. So he's tempting. 6 goal involvements in the last 4. He's on form. If you want an enabler, I don't think you should look much further than Emmanuel Dennis. Talking of differentials, this guy isn't. 31.1% owned. Almost 1 in 3 FPL managers watching this video will have him already. 7.7 million. I don't need to tell you he's the most expensive defender in the game. 1 goal, 6 assists. His expected goal involvement is phenomenal. 0.65. Remember, he's a defender and he's getting 2.05 shots per 90. That's really impressive. And obviously you've got the clean sheet bonus as well and the points bonus he gets from those. Southampton at home, Everton, Wolves, Villa, Newcastle, Tottenham. Those fixtures look absolutely lovely for Liverpool. He's killing me. I had him at the start of the season. I took him out when I wild carded. I think he was injured. Then he had a couple of sort of indifferent fixtures I didn't really want to target him at. And with the price, it's just so tempting to go to a Reece James or a Ben Chilwell, even a Rudiger. There's Livramento, which enables you to do so many other things. But I'm now of an opinion, can I afford to keep him out the side? If you have a Reece James, he does brilliantly, and then Trent comes and just blows him out the water. So he's killing me. 5 goal involvements in the last 4 games. That's ignoring the fact what he gets from clean sheets and bonus points. He's absolutely nailed. He's got great fixtures. The only downside to Trent, obviously, for all those benefits, is his cost. He's the most expensive defender in the game. Is he worth bringing in? I just think he probably is. I had him at the start of the season. I thought he was worth it then. Once you come away from him, I do find it difficult to get him back in. I wonder if we just have every other manager who hasn't got a Reece James, a Ben Chilwell, a Cancelo feels exactly the same way about these other players if you haven't got them. They're just the one defender that you think, oh, if I had them as well, my game week would be complete. So maybe that's the dream, to get all of those defenders in there. So perhaps I'm just looking at Arnold because I haven't got him, and Reece James and Chilwell are the other ones that you would be looking at. But I think he's obviously the last one on the list to get because he's so expensive. I'm just of opinion now, can I afford to be without him? He is just returning every week. So as I talked about earlier on, there are other options, other players on the watch list. I haven't put these players on the watch list, and there are others simply because I've already got them. Chilwell, I don't have. Having said that, he's a player that I would love. He's just returning every week. Another assist for him, as there was for Reece James. Rudiger obviously nailed in that Chelsea side that have only conceded 4 all season. And then you've got the likes of Conor Gallagher, who again gets a contribution, an assist today for Palace, who free scoring. So cheap, an enabler as well, playing every week in the side and returning. All these players just look so appealing. How do you fit them all in? But they're definitely options, and people perhaps will be looking at later on in the week. That's it, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Comment on anything you think I may have missed. Any other players you think that should be in. What do you think? Are you going to bring any of these players in? Are they on your watch list? In the meantime, hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend and good luck. Speak to you soon.